And suddenly the food is on fire. And suddenly, the food is on fire. The food is on fire. And suddenly, the food is on fire. The food is on fire. The food is on fire. The food is on fire.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Hold on one second because I'm a little bit behind here. My board wouldn't work, and then there was lots of other things going on here. So my board is not working, and I don't know what exactly got turned off, but something got turned off, something got moved. I don't know what, but... Love the land every day. Hello, love the land every day. I've never seen you before. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. And thank you so much. You have a cool channel. Nice. I see you cooking on some cast iron. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming in. Maybe one of the chickens did it. Maybe. No, my husband was in here with my son, and I think he was pushing a bunch of buttons. That's what I think happened. So give me 1 second here. I'm sorry, I'm wearing my glasses because my eyes are bothering me. I have a headache, which I spend most of my time now, it seems like, having a headache, and it's really irritating the crap out of me. Yeah, I love my cast irons too. Hello.
Hello. I wish I had that in my yard last night.
Yeah, for real. I wish I was that good at carving. I would just like carve it up. I've never been good at sculpting or carving or anything like that. So yeah. Oh, I forgot something. So give me 1 second.
Run amok. No, don't run amok. Let's see who else. Also, Joe's here. Grow Big TV, and Kaylin's Train High, and of course everyone else before Lunar Miami and all the rest of them. Hi guys. Well, I got snow supposed to be coming next Tuesday here in Idaho, and supposed to have rain most of the time between now and then. So I've been out on the tractor getting things straightened up. So my yard looks a lot better after the last 2.5 hours out there on the tractor.
Thank you. I'm going to do that, Kaylin. I will definitely do that because I don't want to keep taking Advil for these stupid headaches I've been getting. Yo, what's up, Diggs? Thanks for coming in.
Dr. Berg was talking about the magnesium citrate stuff, like Paula said, I'm taking that and potassium.
Oh, for headaches?
Yes, because that gets everything flowing up in there, so you get the blood going to where it needs it, and that's part of the problem is blood flow.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on with me. Hey, Grow Big TV, what's up? Hey, Skinner, thanks for coming in. Yes, that word is very bad, but I didn't take my son to school this morning, and I need your all's opinion because I woke up this morning. And my husband called, I text my husband immediately because I knew he would be coming home. And I said, hey, what's the roads like this morning? And he's like, they're so bad, people are in the ditch. Like, it was bad this morning. Okay. And he's like, they didn't plow any of the roads or anything like that. And I'm not one to complain. I mean, it was our first snow ever. So, I can't really expect them to not our first snow ever, but our first snow for the year. and I can't expect them to just be right on it. So there was a lot of accidents this morning. And I was like, take my son to preschool and risk my life or call him off school.
And
yeah.
That means you didn't get a chance to participate in the National Day today.
Yeah. No.
It was National Eat Your Kids Halloween Candy Day.
Oh, well, I ate some of his candy. I've been really good at not eating it because honestly, lately here, I have not been in the mood for anything sweet. So just like the thought of it is kind of making me sick. Hey, Proper 101. By the way, Moon, I did see you. I'm not ignoring you. Hi, thanks for coming in, Moon. Thanks, Rebel. Thank you, Joe, for coming in. Who else? Kaylin, you stick around because I got something I want to talk to you about. And those cars and my life were both in the roadside ditch. Yeah, for real. I just wasn't. My son's 4. I'm like, do I really want to risk my life taking him to preschool this morning? No. If there is even a chance of black ice or snow on the road, I won't drive with the kids. Yeah, thank you. So you don't think I was being a wimp this morning? Because I was worried about being a wimp. Because, yeah, it was our first snowfall, but it was pretty bad. Hey, Ark Wild Man, what's up? Thanks for coming in. So as long as people don't think I was being wimpy by not, like, getting out there. But I was just, like, kind of worried. And plus, like, the way my eye has been feeling, my eyesight hasn't been that great. And when you have dry eye, you get blurred vision. So my eye hasn't been that great. And I was just like, man, I'm like, I just better not. We had 2 small snowstorms here so far. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, right after that. Actually up above higher. Ginger Ninja's in the house.
What's up, Ginger? My number 1 fan.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My hands are busy, but I'll be listening.
Okay. No worries.
Question: do you have studded tires at any time to put on the car?
We are not allowed to drive with those. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not in the snow belt or anything like that. So we don't get treacherous here. Not like Cleveland and stuff. But I think even in Cleveland, like, they don't allow that on tires. They don't allow belts or anything like that.
They allow it here, but I just haven't, I figured, all right, as much, sometimes it gets a little hectic, during the first little bit of it, and probably about 20 days total spread out through the season, where it's like, I'm not driving out there, but because I'd have to be taking the tires on and off because it'll be bad for several days.
Yeah.
Sun will come out and in a day and a half, it's gone. The streets are bare.
Yeah. Well, today, like, it melted. I mean, I still have some snow on the ground, but it melted a lot. And then tomorrow it's supposed to be 60. No wonder I'm getting a headache. Like, this weather, this is typical Ohio weather, though. Like, 1 minute it's 32, and then the next day it's 80 degrees. That's how it works here. Hey, look who it is.
What's going on, Stranger? How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm hoping you and Gail are doing amazing tonight, and everyone in the chat's doing amazing.
Yeah, doing good, doing good.
It's been too long. I've been like, I was on Gil's, 2 weeks ago? And, I've been trying to get back into the groove of things and catch up on some lives and join yours. But the last 2 weeks have been insane, butchering pigs.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've seen it. And then you stabbed yourself.
It's just been crazy. So
are you doing okay? Is everything okay?
It's okay. We're okay.
All right.
So then you posted, like, you're going live, and I'm like, I gotta join because I gotta say hi and I gotta catch up with you. And so,
well, thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Shawnee Shab, yeah, the barometric pressure. That's probably what's going on with my head right now. It's like all in my eyes and like on my top of my eye lids right here. So I'm like,
do you get those same kind of migraines? I get them when like the pressure changes.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a migraine before,
Okay.
but I think I'm starting to get them because I've been having trouble with my eye.
Okay.
I have dry eye so in my one eye, and so when my eye gets super dry, I get like an ocular, what do they call them? Ocular migraine.
Huh.
So
I
like
differentiate
someone sticks a
mine
knife in
between
your eye.
hangover and migraine.
yeah. I think I'd rather have a hangover. at least I know I
It
did
gets worse the
something.
older you get, though. That's the problem.
Hey, Graham and Karen, thanks for coming in. Shawnee Chavla, hello again. I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you. Myra, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. By the way, y'all, I got a mail call and I feel like an asshole, and I'll tell you why. I haven't checked my P.O. box at all. Like, I just haven't been, I don't know. I just haven't passed my post office at all. I haven't been in the area. And so
is it out of the way or something? Or is it just like,
yeah,
not
kind
other
of.
things to do?
Yeah, and like honestly, I don't really get that much. And if I do get something, like Joe is the only person that sends me something, and it's like directly to my mailbox because he has my actual address. So I don't really get that much. But this one is from Kaylin, and I want to thank you so much. It came with a really cute note, and I will read that. Kaylin, thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart. She said, a few seeds from a bunch I got from, I'm sorry, and I'm not a slow reader. It's just my eyes hurt. Okay. A few seeds from the bunch I got from a giveaway at a powwow I volunteered at last weekend. And I don't know how long ago this has been in my mailbox. Let's see. Oh, 9/21/23 is when she mailed it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kaylin. I love you though. And I got all these really good, awesome seeds. So thank you so much. Typically people that send me stuff, they just give me a heads up saying, hey, I sent you something. And then I know to go to the post office.
We don't go to our mailbox that often either. So it's always nice when someone says, hey, you might want to take a look. And it's like, oh, okay.
So thank you so much for this. This is really freaking awesome. I got some, Crimson Sweet watermelon. Totally going to try that because I almost had some watermelon this year. Almost. The one we picked way too early. And then the other one, like we flipped it over and it was hollowed out on the inside. Like completely hollowed out. Yeah, it sucks. I wanted to try it so bad. But
you guys rock the peppers though.
Yeah. The hot peppers. I know right now there's tons of them out there. They just got snowed on because my husband couldn't pick them all. He just
it felt like
peppers.
The amount of peppers you were picking, I'm kind of like in Gil's background. I'd be like on fire.
Yeah, we have some in the refrigerator and I have some on the floor in my kitchen. When you farm or whatever, you have shit everywhere. I have eggs on the floor in my kitchen. I have peppers on the floor in my kitchen. Typically my dining room table is filled with vegetable produce. So that's typically how it works around here. So thank you so much, Kaylin. I got some poppies, which I love poppies. That's sweet. Cilantro, Crimson Sweet watermelon. I already said that. Parsnips, which I like parsnips. My grandma used to make them in her stew or put them in her stew. Marigold seeds.
What's parsnips?
They're kind of like a carrot, but they have more of a dull taste like a potato.
Okay.
And they are very cold weather.
I've just never looked into them, what they are.
They look like a carrot, though. They're white and look like a carrot.
Are they like whitish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're okay. I mean, it's not number one, but they're really good in stews and stuff. They kind of like soak up that flavor.
Similar to a turnip?
Huh?
What color are they?
They're typically white, a parsnip, and they look like a carrot.
Would they taste similar to like a turnip or something, or like that?
Yeah, they kind of have their own taste. They're hard. I don't know, kind of like I would say more like a potato, but not as good as a potato. Look like a white carrot and sweet like a carrot, says Rebel. I guess I've never had them sweet. Maybe I'm just picking them at the wrong time. I don't know. Gum. I've never heard of this before. It's lemon scented gum. GUM.
What?
Yeah. I've never even. Wonderfully fragrant Australian native, makes an excellent scented house or container plant. Do not eat it.
Okay. That kind of goes against what's on the label, right?
Yeah, but that's kind of cool. Thank you, Kaylin. And what is this? I can't see. Oh, it's Genovese basil, which is my favorite basil. So thank you all. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry I didn't get to this fast enough. So forgive me. And I really appreciate you for doing this. That's really sweet of you. So thank you so much.
Oh.
And Cameron Hizop is in the house. Thank you so much, all the way from South Africa. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate you.
Parsnips like to overwinter and will be sweeter in the spring.
Yeah, they're really good. They're like a root crop. They're root, you know.
Carrots too.
Yeah. Oh, you mean gum is like eucalyptus? Okay, cool.
So what do you do with the gum if you can't eat it?
I don't know. It doesn't even say on here. I've never even. Oh, you can. Oh, it says right here.
Medicinal?
Industry, it's okay, but is used by the insect repellent industry for making natural bug repellent.
Oh.
And it's very drought tolerant, so if I forget to water it, it's gonna survive.
It should survive with no water. It's from Australia, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, send me some if it's a bug repellent, but it won't grow up here since it's from Australia.
Yeah, it won't live here either. I probably have to put it in a pot.
Cameron's suffering from insomnia tonight.
Yeah. Oh, it's 3:13 in South Africa right now, y'all. So thank you. And apparently Myra Page is suffering from it as well. So thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I deal with that too. It's like, oh, look, I'm awake at 3 a.m. for hours on end. I should go do something.
Me.
No,
that's me.
I'm going to try and sleep, but I
end up reading some stupid crap on Facebook. They have all these stories and stuff like that. I think last night I was reading about old Western whores or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They have that on there. I mean, you read, they have everything on there, you know.
Things you need to know that you did not need to know.
Yeah. So I was reading up on that last night, and there was like a couple other stories I was reading, and then I finally just dozed off, and then before I know it, my alarm went off at 6:30. It was great.
It's funny because I get up. I don't get up, but I'm usually awake at I want to say it's like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that, and I'm awake what feels like for hours. And then the alarm goes off and I hit snooze or I turn it off. And then that next hour is the best hour of my night sleep. It's like,
It's frustrating. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
I'll wake up quite often at 4:30 because I used to be punching the clock at 4 o'clock in the morning at work for 20 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'll wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting back to sleep, so I'll come in here and I'll catch all the videos that were posted after midnight after I went to bed. And I'll stop videos going here, videos going there, and usually I just let them play until if one looks really good, then the volume comes up. But I give people watch time during that time, and I look to see what's going on.
If my chair was actually more comfy, maybe I might come down here and watch some videos and just snooze.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. It's just been, I'm the same way, like the past few nights. And then my son doesn't help. Sometimes he wakes up super early. Sometimes he'll fall asleep at like 7:30 at night. And I'm like, shit. Like, don't do that.
You know the 3 o'clock alarm's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been happening regularly. So yeah. And then I'll come home after dropping them off, and then I'll sleep half the day and not be productive because I need to get stuff done. And yeah, So, and any of you guys had weird things going on with your animals at all? Weird things that doesn't normally happen?
Don't have any animals. I don't. So
No.
Actually, I just want to say, Cameron, thank you. That's pellet guns over there. And then those are antiques. And then some other stuff. But yeah, thank you. No, nothing weird that I know of.
My animals have been acting freaking weird, man. Particularly my two Toms. My two Toms.
Considering I don't know. We harvested the pigs last week and then the cow Saturday.
Yeah,
my were acting weird after, but
my two Toms have been meeting me on the porch. They meet me on the porch. Every time I open the door, they come running like dogs.
I would have a problem if our cows met us on the porch.
That would be a problem, wouldn't it? Like, oh, thank you.
You're on the porch. You forgot to milk us a couple hours ago.
It's like too early. Go back to the field.
Oh, it's just been nuts. Like, I can't believe. And my chickens have all been in the yard. Like, they're hungry. It's almost like they're hungry. I know they're getting fed.
Okay.
But they're acting even more hungrier than normal. And they're all over my food forest, eating my apples.
Oh.
Like, which is fine. They're all, like, rotted anyway, most of them.
We locked our chickens up this year because last year when we let them loose, they destroyed everything. So, like, we have the one food forest that's kind of mine, and then the others are Bridget. So she looks after some. I look after the one. And the one I look after is kind of like a disaster. But we throw tons of stuff in there. So we throw seeds all the time in that food forest, and they start growing up. So we've got kind of everything growing wild in that food forest. And the chickens would go in and they just scratch and peck and just pull stuff out. So, you know, suddenly you have something coming up that you might want to harvest later in the year, and the chickens kill it. So this year we were like, okay, no, they're staying in their coop. That's it. We're not going to let them free range. Yeah. We saw an increase in the grasshoppers this year, though, due to them staying in their coop, which was like kind of like, should we let them out? Should we not let them out? That was a tough decision.
Yeah. No, I get that. I don't really have, I mean, I do have some stuff. I like have some ginseng and some other things in there that they might hurt, but they're mainly just after the apples, like all the rotten apples on the ground. They're just like all over that. So, but anyway, my Toms, like every time I see them now, I'm like, they've even followed me to the car. I'm like, why are you following me to the car? I'm like, I don't have anything to give you. I'm like giving them like raw, like little ends of the bread that I have and my son's goldfish. I'm like, you guys look like you're starving to death. And so, yeah, it's just weird. They don't normally do that. So
we've got the one that Bridget basically raised. So we incubated a bunch, but this one popped out by itself. So it was alone for days, and Bridget kind of raised it. So she had it snuggled with it, the whole works, and looked after it and always talked to it. So this one chicken, Pew Pew, always comes over to her. So if you go into the coop right now and say Pew Pew, it'll come running out and come like see you and that sort of thing. We had a couple people that asked for chickens, and we decided to do 2 runs of eggs in the incubator. So we had a ton of chickens. And then what happened is they both said, no, we don't need them anymore. So we're overflowing with chickens, and we're in an area where everybody raises chickens, right? So it's one of those where, the whole big C hit, we want to raise chickens and sell eggs. Well, everyone was doing the same thing. So it didn't work. So we're inundated with chickens. Bridget started harvesting a whole bunch, like just, hey, you're a rooster, you're done. You're a rooster, done. And then she took out some hens that we're pretty sure weren't laying anymore. And we had one, I don't know if you saw the video, but it was about the chicken math. And we had the one that was actually nesting up in a tree that was like in their coop, in their pen. So we would count and there'd be so many chickens. And then we'd go in at night to the coop and there'd be like one less chicken. It'd be like weird, right? So we found out the one chicken was nesting in the tree. So like, okay, you got to make sure when you do the next batch and you cull the next batch, you find that one that's nesting in the tree, because, well, she culled a whole bunch more and she missed that one, and that one's still nesting in the tree right now.
Nice. You got a pain in the ass chicken.
Yeah. So I think we've got like 12 in total, including the rooster. But if you go into the coop right now, there's 11 because the one is up in the stupid tree.
Hey, think of that as an insurance policy. In case some critter gets into the coop, kills them all, you still have one up in the tree.
You still have one. Yes. The problem is it's not yet laying eggs because they're still the young ones that are still.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be laying any time. I think it should be around this time that I think it should be 6 months now. But
I think we bred some really wacky chickens because we have Leghorns, and I really don't know who the rooster was because we have a Barred Rock and I have a Lavender Orpington, but one's gray and one's black and white. Typically, like if they are the fathers, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Okay. But the Leghorns genes must have been so dominant that I have like 18 white chickens. Like none of them have spots or anything. There's like 18 white chickens and they haven't grown.
It should be easy to identify the rooster of those ones, right? Because you go out to the coop and they say, well, boy, I tell you.
That's exactly what it is. I'm perpetually living in a cartoon. But no, like these are the ones, and Leghorns are real feisty. They get out of the coop, and so they're always, and they're the first ones out. I don't know how they sneak out, but they sneak out. They get into the garden. They get into the food. They're the only ones that are out ever. So they're all over the backyard. I got all these little white chickens. And by the way, let's see, when was it? They hatched. It was like in June or something. So these things they look like they're still baby chickens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I raised some kind of weird bantam chicken I didn't know about. And then before that, we had some other ones hatch. And one out of all of them is a rooster, and he's a Barred Rock rooster with a beard because he's mixed with the Easter egger. So he looks really funky.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up with that, but my chickens are not getting any bigger. They're just real small.
That's like ours. We want to try and be more self-reliant, self-sufficient with the chickens, because ours are the Chanticleer. So they're basically, I want to say like they're Rhode Island red crossed with pheasant kind of thing, right? Yeah. So they do really well in really cold temperatures. We don't need to insulate. We don't need to heat anything. Like minus 30, no problem whatsoever. And the problem is, though, is even though they are dual purpose, it takes like a year to get that rooster or hen up to weight to be able to butcher it and actually get some real meat off it.
Yeah, because they're not meat birds. Yeah.
No, it's dual purpose. So it's one of those where it's it would be awesome to go totally self-sufficient and raise an entire flock of that. But the amount of food you're putting into it, the amount of energy and time and stuff compared to, actual meat birds.
Usually with meat birds in like 8 weeks, you're done. And that's it.
Oh, man. Yeah. 8 to 12 weeks, done in the freezer.
Yeah. They're pretty big. They get pretty big. I can't remember. I haven't even cooked all of mine yet, but like I think my biggest one was 5 pounds. So
yeah, I think that might be our smallest one. Like,
oh yeah,
but we also don't do the whole chicken. We always breast and we take them apart. So we don't pluck them. So Bridget just opens up the front of the skin, peels back the skin, breasts them, takes the legs and the first part of the wing, not the second part. So because for us, we don't really like cooking whole chickens. We like using our chicken in doing like butter chicken or that kind of stuff, or we'll cook the legs to do something. Whereas cooking a whole chicken for us, it
doesn't work out.
It doesn't work out that well. So we prefer to part ours before they go into the freezer. So it's easy for us. We don't pluck her. We don't have the plucker. We don't do any of that. It's just take them apart first.
Yeah, we don't have a plucker either. So that's really good to know because we might do that in the future. Because honestly, well, I mean, unless I'm making chicken noodle soup or something like that, honestly, I don't eat the whole part of the chicken. I'm lucky to eat the breast. Like because I'm really weird anyway with meat. So so that might be
we find it
option for us.
Like, Bridget, I think, can butcher an entire chicken in like 5 to 8 minutes.
Oh wow!
Like she'll do like we usually get 50 chickens, and she'll usually do about 6 a night, and just start going through the week like that. And then we'll just put them away. And it makes it so easy.
Anybody ever tell you that your wife is pretty badass?
She is extremely badass.
I'm like, I kind of like admire that because I'm not one to do that. I can't do that.
It was wild. Her mom and dad hunted when she was young. So I could send you pictures, but there's pictures of her like sitting on lynx, like the cat, beavers and all that. So like when she was young, she ate beaver and moose and venison, and they basically kind of lived off the land a little bit that way. So when I first met her, it's like, no problem. She's like right in there doing all that kind of stuff, and it just keeps me going. So like this weekend when we harvest the cow, I freaking did almost all of it myself. So harvested it, brought them out, gutted them, dressed them, and I think I got about halfway through the skinning, and then she got back, jumps right in, and then that gave me that energy to keep going. And
oh yeah, she's pretty awesome because I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Gardner said he loves beaver.
Joe, you probably saw that video I put out, like, I think it was last year or the year before, when there was the first time I ate beaver. First time. Yeah. But yeah, I love eating beaver now. Not that I didn't like it before, but yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, speaking of beaver, my husband and I have been looking. We get like rifle magazines and stuff, and in this one rifle magazine they had beaver furs and stuff like that. And they had this one, it was a bed set, and it was beaver fur. Like and it was really awesome. I'm like, man, I would like to have that. I'm like, honestly, I just want some beaver gloves. I would love to have some beaver gloves, but a bed set like that, I mean, I'd never freeze. It'd be freaking awesome. So we go to look it up. It's like $5,000.
Yeah.
For a bed set. Yeah. I'm like, nah.
Warm.
Yeah.
Because like last year we put on the bed our one Highland cow skin. And man, it's freaking heavy and it's warm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Worth it when it's cold out for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We just, for the first time this year, started our wood burning stove. So we have been super toasty in here. It's been awesome.
Nice.
I think the thermostat has never went below 77 degrees. I'm like, hell yeah, this is awesome. Like, wait till it's like below 0 outside. Then I'm going to be freezing.
Joe's going off the rails.
Uh-oh.
Who is?
Joe. With beaver nuggets. Oh, you use a wool blanket, huh, Kaylin? Yikes. Don't forget to thumbs me up, y'all.
Nothing like marinated beaver.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
good
I got to
Lord.
change this then. I got
Good Lord.
What are you changing?
Boom! Beavers!
By the way, beavers are totally cute. Have you seen the one? It's a Facebook video where like the two beavers, I don't know where they're walking. If they're walking through a zoo, I don't know what they're doing, but they have like carrots and a whole thing of cabbage and they're like just roaming through the zoo and they keep like losing their vegetables because they can't stuff them all in their mouth. They're like cute. They're like really cool animals. They have some wicked ass teeth though, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And they have to keep eating to wear the teeth down. Because if they don't, it basically does a circle. So I actually found one skull where I used to live back in Ontario. And it had come back into the mouth and almost up into the brain.
Oh my gosh.
So if they don't keep eating, it basically continues to grow and it will do a circle. So like it will circle the mouth and then come back up into their brain and kill them.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beavers need to keep eating.
Not necessarily eating, keep chewing wood.
Keep chewing wood. Wow, that's crazy. I know I wouldn't want to get bit by one. They scare me. Those teeth are wicked. Very, very wicked.
Yeah.
And don't forget what beavers are famous for, though, around here.
Do I want to know?
You know, you've talked about it enough.
Gil, I'm trying to be good tonight.
Vanilla?
Imitation vanilla.
Yeah, imitation vanilla. Yeah.
AKA beaver butt juice.
Well, it's not just imitation vanilla. It's also imitation raspberry flavoring as well.
Is it really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And it only comes from a certain beaver, a Norwegian beaver.
A Norwegian beaver.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is, but yeah.
Must be the type of wood they eat.
Could be. This conversation's going south pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's no big deal. But yeah, so that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods with everything. Got crazy turkeys, crazy chickens.
We just found out we have wild turkeys in the backyard now.
Nice.
I'm freaking out. I'm going to be like, this spring or maybe this winter.
Yeah. I so encourage it because I don't want the bugs. So I encourage them to walk, especially my ducks. Like I so encourage them to come up, walk through the yard, do their thing. It keeps the ticks down and all of that. So, and honestly, knock on wood, I don't have any wood with me. Beaver must have ate it all, but knock on wood, we haven't had any tick issues. Like I haven't had any on me or in the house or anything like that. So
we found two we found on the dog this year, which is crazy considering how far north we are.
Yeah.
So, but we've trapped a few rabbits too that we found ticks on them, and it's like, really? Like,
yeah, that's weird. Huh.
Yeah.
That's
to
really
me,
weird.
It's just crazy that they're this far north. So
yeah. Huh. Yeah, you'd think that they would just get killed off. But then again, do you guys get nasty mosquitoes and stuff like that?
We get this year the mosquitoes weren't bad. The black flies or what we call, they're like gnats, no-see-ums. So they're the ones that, if you go out in the bush and that sort of stuff, they kind of fly around. They'll fly into your eyes. They're tiny.
They're real annoying.
Yeah, they're really annoying. We get tons of those. And at certain points, you do find they do start biting you. And for me, it's almost like I'm allergic or something. So when they bite me, I really swell up and I get this. It's almost worse than a mosquito biting me, the swelling.
Oh, wow.
So I like the whatchamacallit, Afterbite.
Yeah, I use that a lot.
I've got a stockpile of Afterbite, and as soon as I get bit by one, I'll throw that on, and that cures it up.
Yeah. Yeah, mosquitoes. Well, I practically live near a swamp. Like, my mom's backyard is like swamp. So
you're going to get lots of mosquitoes.
We get lots of mosquitoes and flying insects and stuff like that. So digs. Yeah, I hate mosquitoes. They're like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And I hate getting one in the house, especially when you're sleeping. They bite you while you're sleeping.
When we get mosquitoes up here, they're not small. They'll like carry a small dog away.
Oh my gosh, that's scary. Yeah. That's really scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
did I tell you I stabbed myself?
Yeah, you told me.
Did I send you pictures of that or no?
You showed me a picture of your bloody clothes and your bloody leg.
It was brutal because I was like, I did it. So what was happening, to set the scenario for anyone who doesn't know, we were harvesting our Highland cow and the legs were down. We do it on a couple pallets. So we have the cow down on the pallets and the legs were spread out. So I had crouched down and I was pulling the knife towards me to basically the belly of the cow was already skinned, like gutted and skinned, and the skin was pulled back. So I was working myself down the thigh to the hoof. And as I got down, it started getting tougher and tougher. So I would stick the knife down and pull up, stick the knife down, pull up. So at a certain point down near the hoof, it started getting really tough. And I did it and I slipped and it went straight back. And because I was crouched down, it went into basically my shin. And I was like, oh, ouch. That kind of hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
And
you know what? Gil froze at the perfect moment.
I know. Yeah. And so then I looked down at my pants.
See if I get myself unfrozen here.
Yeah.
You're
down
fine
at
now.
My pants, and my pants, you can see the blood starting to soak through the front of my pants. And I'm like,
nice.
Oh, okay. This is a little worse than it felt. So I walk to the house, and when I get to the house, it starts dripping on the floor. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is a little worse than I thought. And I took my sock off, and my sock is soaked. It's red. And it's come through the front of the pants. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I jumped in the shower. And I washed it off the best I could, hosed it down, peroxide soap, like just seeing if I can clean it the best I can. And the worst part is I started feeling faint. And having buddies who are combat medics and that sort of stuff is I know that even if you like nick your finger or something like that, the worst that can happen is if you're freaking out and you go into shock. That's very bad. Like it's not the
wound.
loss.
It's the after effects of what you do mentally to your body.
Exactly. That's the worst. So I'm starting to feel nauseous, and I'm like, I don't know whether I'm gonna throw up or not. And I'm like, there's a lot of blood, and I'm like, I'm starting to feel nauseous. And the worst part is my brain starts freaking out. It's like, no, you can't sit down. You can't do anything because you're going to go into shock. And so I called Bridget, and she was at the boys hockey game. And I thought she was just in town like 15 minutes away. Well, she wasn't. She was like an hour away. So she's like,
no.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up at the hockey game. I'm going to head right home. She was going to go to the grocery store. And I said, no, babe, can you come home instead? Because I think I might need to go to the hospital for some stitches and some cleaning. And she's like, yep, no problem. And then it's like 15 minutes later, she's not home. 30 minutes later, she's not home. I'm like, what? Babe, where are you? She's like, well, I'm almost at the shortcut. I'm like, oh, yeah, you weren't right in town.
Oh, boy.
So
did you end up needing it? You didn't, right?
What's that?
You didn't need stitches, though, right?
I think I should have, but it got to the point where I was okay. Like I kept walking around and I kept doing things to keep myself busy so that my brain wouldn't start screwing with me. And I cleaned it and I looked after it. So, and then I'm like, you know what? She's not here yet. If I go to the hospital, I'm going to be like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at the hospital getting it cleaned and stitches. It's Canadian healthcare, right? It's free.
But you wait
forever.
It's like take a number.
Pick a number. So I was like, you know what? If I go to the hospital, I'm not going to get back till after dark. I've got the cow that still needs to be skinned, finished skinning. I still got to quarter it and put it down in the cold room. So I'm like, well, put your big boy pants on, suck it up. I threw some raw honey on the wound, wrapped it up,
super glue it,
went back out and kept going on it. And then like
super glue it and then top it off with some duct tape. You're good to go.
Exactly. Half an hour later, Bridget arrives. She's like, do you need to go to the hospital? I'm like, I don't want to go to the hospital right now. I need to finish the cow. So.
Oh, Lord. I'm so glad though that there's nothing, like, I'm glad that it's okay. Oh, it looks like it's healed over. You got a scab or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
The funny thing is I talk to everyone and they're like, you know, if there's a real problem, like so many people that I know have been scratched by cats or were skinning mooses. One moose.
Mooses.
or deer or something like that, right? And they actually cut themselves at the same time. And when that happens, usually, there's some sort of, I want to say there's some sort of name for it, but you'll see the wound start to just go green.
Oh, okay. It's like a specific bacteria that gets there.
There's a specific bacteria, and you'll see like an hour later, the person actually might start changing color themselves, their entire body.
I know cats are really dangerous. Like if you get a scratch, my brother had cat scratch fever when he was younger.
Yeah.
And the doctor didn't even know what it was. I had like some guy came in and like, hey, the only reason why I know you have this is because my brother had it like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Like it's not something that is like normal, but yeah, his face was swelling up and
and I've seen lots of comments in the chat there about that kind of thing. And the one thing for any of us homesteaders, if you cut yourself or stab yourself like I did or something like that, if you start to see that swelling or you start to see yourself changing colors or anything like that, that is a huge sign. You need like medical emergency immediately.
Yeah.
Because what they said is even it's like the wound may not look that bad, but if you start changing colors or if that gets into your bloodstream and that bacteria or that whatever it is actually starts to go through your bloodstream and reaches your heart,
You're gone.
Night, night.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how long you let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could die because without an antibiotic.
It's not
that's the same. People don't realize this either. Like when they smash their toe.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize that either. Like if you smash your toe or hit it really hard on something and you don't get to the hospital right away, you can lose your toe.
Yeah.
If it's really bad, you can lose your foot. So a lot of people are like, oh, I just broke my toe. They can't do anything for it. Well, a couple of weeks later, if it's still like looking horrible, you might want to go.
Yeah. It's one of those things that essential oils. I love essential oils. They're good for some stuff, but if you stab yourself,
essential oil is not going to heal you.
No. It's like you might want to actually go and get yourself checked out or take some medical advice. Like, thankfully, I have a couple combat medic buddies. One's a physician. Physician assistant. It's like almost a doctor, but not quite.
Yeah.
So I usually bounce stuff off him. And I'm like, okay, dude, here's what I did. Here's what I'm seeing. Here's what I'm going through, that sort of thing. And he'll like, okay, here's what you need to do. So the first thing my buddy said was like, is the muscle actually protruding from the wound? And I said, no, it's not protruding from the wound. He said, okay, well, at the very least, you should get it cleaned properly and probably a couple stitches. And I was like, okay, well, that's not going to happen because, again, it's Canadian healthcare. So I'm not doing that because I got a cow to put in the freezer. So,
yeah. In that case, I mean, I don't know if super glue or something like that would work. You clean it out really good, put some super glue,
that's just
seal it up really good, and keep
make
working.
Sure it's cleaned out really well. And then,
hey, Hendo,
you've got your super glue. You've got those bandages now that kind of work like stitches. But again, it depends on, for me, I don't care if there's scarring because, chicks dig scars, right? So whatever. I got a nice gash in my shin now. So it's like, all right, whatever.
I got that.
Yeah.
But
then
I was in a knife fight.
Exactly. So then another buddy said, if you start to see some red or swelling or anything like that, it same as like ticks and that kind of stuff, draw a circle around it. Now, if you start to see that red or that discoloration expand out of that circle, then
you're in trouble.
Either start drawing another circle and monitor it, or better get to the hospital and get some actual attention for it.
And a lot of people don't know that that's the same with spider bites. If you get bit by a spider and it gets that swelling, a lot of people are allergic to spiders and they don't know it. They get bit by one and it swells up like that. So you get blood poisoning. You get blood poisoning, you're in trouble. Trouble.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in, Hendo. Thanks, guys. 16 likes, 18 people in the house. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Y'all appreciate it.
I see 20 likes.
Ooh, 20 likes? Okay.
And 19 in the house.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, so you guys got snow? I saw that on your...
Yeah. We got snow.
We got snow Monday because...
Did you?
Yeah, it was Sunday we harvested the cow. And it was like, okay, this is kind of like the perfect day for it. And then Monday, boom, 6 inches of snow. And we're like, we kind of timed it perfectly.
Yeah. Well, it started coming down really heavy last night. And I'm like super big flakes. Like I don't think I've ever seen big flakes like that in like a long time. And I was like, oh, this is great. But I kept thinking to myself, well, the ground's still warm. Like, it's not going to stick. It's like a stick around. It's like our first snow, you know, and then it stuck around. And then this morning it was really bad. I didn't even take my son to school because I was worried. I was just worried to drive, you know. So it's not me. I'm not scared of driving in the snow. I'm scared about everybody else driving in the snow.
Yeah. So, I still had my summer tires on the truck, and I work from home, which is nice, but Mondays we're supposed to go into the office. So still had the summer tires on the truck, and there was a big snow Monday. So I'm like, I'll join you on Teams for our sales meeting because I'm not coming into work. And it was crazy because that evening, Bridget showed me that our neighbor apparently went into town, went off the road into one of the huge ditches at the bottom of the hill, and rode off their vehicle. It was like, oh, ouch. I'm glad I didn't attempt to go into work.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I think it's I have a Toyota Tundra from 2006, and that was one of the years where they were super light.
Oh,
you could spit on the ground, and I would fishtail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got these friggin' wide tires with wide rims and tires, and they're unusual size, and you can't hardly find anything with wet weather traction for those rims.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, it's in the point. It's like, babe, if you want me to go to work up here, we need to get me some sort of 4-wheel drive. It doesn't have to be a big 1-ton. It's just something that has 4-wheel drive that I can get into Idaho Falls and back.
Yeah, as Cameron said, better safe than sorry. Like,
yeah.
So she's looking for used 4-wheel drives in California where they haven't been on the snow and the salt.
Yeah. My truck has taken a beating with the salt. It's crazy. In Ontario, it wasn't so bad. And then I moved to Quebec, and the salt has destroyed my truck.
Yikes.
The engine's amazing. Everything's amazing except the body.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, my car is starting to rust too. That's just what happens.
Yep.
Unfortunately, with the salt and the snow and everything else. Sorry, my eye itches.
they have several car washes in Idaho Falls that you can get the normal car wash, or you can pay for the underside car wash, and they have special things for it goes in and washes the underside as well.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah. That's right. Thanks. Love the land every day. Appreciate it. For those of you who didn't know, MI Gardner had their huge sale today. So if you get a chance, head on over to MI Gardner and pick up some seeds. It was like a huge sale today.
Nice. I heard there was like a new seed release too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty awesome.
We collected so many seeds this year. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So stuff we hadn't collected before, we started collecting and saving. And yes, like you said, with your stuff being all over the floor and all over the house, we've got seeds everywhere. I think we need to take a week and just kind of collect the seeds from everywhere that we've got them stashed now, and see if they're dry and start putting them away and get them in one area so we know what's what.
Right. Oh man. Yep. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's what we do. It's what we love, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't have it any other way. That's for sure.
That's just it. Like if I had to live downtown in an apartment building.
Oh, I've been there and did that for 10. Well, I lived in a house in the city for 10 years. And, I was raised in the country, but, when you get older, you get So we bought a house in the city, and it was like we lived there for 10 years, and we were like, this sucks. I hate having my neighbors so close. Like, so then I literally bought the house next door from where I grew up. So it works.
I grew up like where I grew up in the subdivision where just before I went to high school, I think we had a population of like 800. So,
wow.
Yeah. And then I think where we moved to had a population of maybe 3,000, 4,000, something like that. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. My graduating class was 80 kids.
Wow.
Mine was 25.
Yeah, I was going to say mine was maybe 25, 26, something in that area. Yeah.
North rim of the Grand Canyon.
Question of when you last ate can be part of it. Oh, the infamous question of when you last ate can be part of it. Yeah, that can be it too. Yep.
What?
She's talking about different reactions and stuff. You can get fatigue, and if you're dehydrated and stuff like that, how that affects the wound, and when you last ate can also affect it as well.
There's lots of things that it can affect.
Yeah, and if you've been drinking, that's why they always say you don't drink before you get a tattoo. You'll bleed out.
Yeah. Yeah. The blood seems to run a little more.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Gil's class signed the Declaration of Independence.
No. Close. It was the Magna Carta.
Oh, the Magna Carta. Okay.
Get it right.
The Magna Carta.
No, you're not that old, are you?
Actually, to get to school, we used to ride woolly mammoths.
Oh.
Okay.
Speaking of dangerous animals, so my husband's this is crazy. So my husband's been watching this hunting show on Amazon. I don't even know what it's called. I have no idea. But anyway, they're hunting these big deer. They're going all over the United States, and this one guy stops and he looks, and he had been standing there for a second because he thinks that he sees this dead deer. He's like, this is weird, So he stops and he stares at it for a minute. I think he's in Nebraska or something. And he's like, man, I've been watching this thing and it looks like it's dead. And he looks again and it moved. He's like, okay, this is a deer that's just chilling. It's just chilling out there. It's like, that's so weird. He was getting ready to walk up on it. It was a freaking mountain lion. It was a mountain lion. It was just chilling out because he made a noise. He's whistled a little bit and it turned its head and looked at him. This thing was freaking huge. It looked it looked like a lion from Africa. It was.
You could kind of see the color and some sort of shape, I guess, but not the.
All he could see was the ass end. So all he could see from where he was standing was the ass end. So he couldn't really tell.
Right.
And there was a tree covering up the rest. It was a mountain lion just chilling. And the mountain lion turned his head. They're bow hunting. That's all they had. I'm like, can you imagine?
Yeah, no.
Shooting a mountain lion with a bow? No, thanks. I'm good.
It'd be trying to pull an arrow, from TV show Arrow. See how many arrows you can put in it.
Oh, so glad he didn't walk up on it thinking it was a deer or dead deer or something.
Oh, yeah.
You would have been screwed, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
We had one that a buddy's dad wounded when we were hunting where I used to live. And he shot it bad. It was kind of going through, and it was a bad shot. We went out looking for it, and we finally found it. And I was the one who found it later. And I was like, oh, okay. walking up on it, and I'm like, all right, it's done. I can catch it. But then all of a sudden it turns its head to me. And I'm like, at that point, I didn't have the bow. I didn't have a gun. I didn't have anything. And I'm like, oh, crap. It still needs to be put down. It jumps up and ran. But I could just imagine if that was a mountain lion that I was going up and I was going to poke and see if it was still alive. No, thanks.
Yeah. Oh no, it won't be done by me. Like, oh yeah, and you've seen people like they kill a bear with a knife. Like you've seen that. I'm not gonna wrestle no bear or mountain lion. No, I'm gonna get out my gun.
I've got a buddy in Georgia who hunts pigs with a spear. He's pretty I'm
like the wild boar, like
yeah. So Joe goes out for the boar, and what he does is he gets up in his tree stand and he waits till they come close and he jumps down, and if he doesn't get it, then the pig will run off and he'll run after it, and then the pig will, at a certain point, the pig will turn and charge, and he'll try and get it then. If not, the pig will keep running and he'll go after it. And then again, the pig gets tired and turns and comes at him. It's like, so at a certain point, the pig finally gets tired, comes at him, and he actually gets him. It's like, whoa, dude. Yeah, no,
I'm not into that. That's like too much of. Wild boars are horrible. Like they can gut you with their. No, thanks.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not into like risking my life.
No, exactly. Like,
yeah, I'm good.
To a certain point, yes, but not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy makes primitive bows and other weapons using all natural materials, and he hunts with them. Oh Lord. Hey CR, thanks for coming in, dude. Appreciate you. But yeah, no, I'm not into that. Like, no.
I can't run, so there's no way I'd be doing that anyway.
You're definitely not going to make it if you're trying to run from a bear or a mountain lion.
No.
Or even a boar. I don't think I can make it.
No. Just know that if you're going into the wilderness with me, I might trip you at some point.
That's a big NO, not for me.
So whoever can run the fastest is the one that survives.
Yeah. It's not survival of the fittest. It's survival of the sneakiest.
Yeah. Black bear got in a hog pen and 2 pigs. Yeah. The pig messed that bear up. Yeah. Yeah. Pigs are dangerous.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous. People don't realize that. And yes, they will just eat you. They don't care.
Yeah. Oh, even our pigs, when we go into the pen, it's like if I send the boys in to get the feed barrel or anything like that, it's like, you be careful and you take a stick or something like that, because
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be some pig's dinner.
No.
Yeah, don't fall in a pig pen.
No.
Yeah, Hendo, we're totally not going to go camping together. Thor would drink all my alcohol, and then he would make me run, and he'd trip me. That would be not a good camping trip.
No. But it would be fine as long as I had alcohol, because then I'd be like, yeah, come on, bear. Come on. Let's go. Let's do this.
I would do a quick Facebook Live.
Exactly. Like, at least someone take a picture so that, like, they know I actually went down with a fight. So, yeah. The problem is
Shadow.
If it actually happened, I'd be running or going,
Yeah, and you know what? With a bear, there's really no escaping. Like, good luck with that. Even with a mountain lion, it's not like you can like climb up a tree. They will come after you.
It's crazy because one of my clients, they're out west in northern BC, and they have a client who has bought stuff from them, firearms and all that. And they've interviewed him a couple times, and he wrote a book. He was attacked by a grizzly, and he actually survived.
Oh my God.
He should have been dead. And if anyone wants to hear the story, shoot me a private message or an email, or hook me up on Facebook or my YouTube, and I'll send you a link to it. But it's just insane what this guy went through, because the bear basically scalped him, took his face off. It was crazy, and he fell down through a ditch. Hey,
zombie.
He finally crawled. If I remember correctly, he did something where he actually made it to this cabin in the woods where they were holding a wedding, and basically his face was gone.
Wow.
Scalp was gone and stuff.
Oh gosh, that's
then they
horrible.
finally airlifted him to the hospital. But his only thing, when they were telling the story, my client was telling me the story. One of the only things that got him through was the baby shark thing, and his daughter or son or something like that. And he continued to sing the baby shark song, baby shark, dark, dark. And he just kind of kept that and his kids in mind. And his only thought was he wanted to let them know what happened to him. So he didn't want to disappear somewhere into the woods. He wanted someone to actually know what happened to him. So that was his only thing.
Wow.
But
that's
scary.
If
you want the whole story, I can send you like the interview. This guy is like, insane.
I can't even imagine. Like, oh my gosh, that would be horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Shadow's in here.
Yep.
What's going on, brother?
So it was Howie, Zombie Prepper came in, Rosework came in.
There. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Look at all the beautiful people in here tonight.
Yeah, we got a good crowd. Thanks.
Yeah. Darren, if you ever go up to Anchorage, Alaska,
I haven't made it that far.
In the airport.
Up to.
Okay. What I'm saying is, if you ever make it up there, go to the airport. In the airport, they have a stuffed Kodiak. Huge one.
Yeah.
I got all the pictures from the forest guy that killed it, and the search and rescue team that were backtracking it. I have some pretty gruesome pictures of what happened before the forest guy got it. The forest guy's sitting there, and he's got his arm trying to wrap around it, and the nostrils are bigger than the guy's fist. He can stick his forearm up the nose of this thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
They Whitehorse is where I flew into. What's it? No, it's not Whitehorse. Flew into Yukon. My brother's up in Faro, Yukon. So close to Alaska. Or not my brother. My brother-in-law is up in there. And then I've been out west quite a bit. And one of my clients had a grizzly out there. And the grizzly that is in their store was shot by one of their clients. And again, it's one of those stories where, the guy almost didn't make it. But he has the rifle that was used that shot this. And I'm trying to remember the exact story, but it was something like he didn't have it loaded, or it was loaded and it was a lever action. So he spent all his rounds trying to drop this grizzly, and then started to reload as the grizzly was coming again. And as the grizzly came, he made it in such a way that he actually shoved the barrel down the throat of the grizzly.
Yeah.
And the gun actually has the marks on it from the teeth and the claws.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then finally he was able to load this and drop the grizzly. And it's like,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
I'm like,
this Kodiak, same type thing.
So Kodiak is the same as Kodiak, like a grizzly.
He had been wounded the day before by a hunter who dropped his rifle, pulled his 38 out, emptied his 38 into the bear. All it did is piss the bear off. The bear ate him.
Yeah.
And then the bear was wounded, coming up on this ranger, and the ranger had a 7mm, and he emptied it into it, and the last shot hit him in the eye, and he dropped at the guy's feet. It's like, can someone get a cleanup over here for me? Yeah. I just crap my pants.
Exactly. Yeah. Cameron, yeah. So Kodiak is what they would call like a grizzly, basically.
Yeah, it's a close brother-in-law of a grizzly.
Sorry, I realized then I have a puppy, and I left her out there unattended, and I just wanted to make sure she wasn't, eating my house or something.
And that's the spelling of it, Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're mostly on Kodiak Island.
Huge bears, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. But yeah.
Yeah, and there's that's
okay, Cameron.
Like, bears are good and bears are bad. Humans are good, humans are bad. So you can get into the whole thing of habitat and that sort of thing. That's a deep dark hole.
Sorry, I just read Dig's definition of a Kodiak.
I'd say it's the same. Kodiak is same as like a grizzly.
Yeah.
Yeah, dire bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. For sure. I wouldn't want to run into one of them.
Nope.
That's a nope for me.
Oh, man. Yeah, every time I would go hiking up wherever there were bears and stuff, I had at the time I had my Smith & Wesson 45 in a shoulder holster. I had my .357 Magnum on my hip, and behind me I had my I've shown it before. It's my Thompson Contender with the 10-inch barrel, the 30-30 single shot. Yeah, everyone goes, Why are you armed like that? I'm armed for bear, and hopefully I never see one.
Yeah, when you're up there like that, there's no point in taking bear spray.
No.
We're like, oh, I got my bear spray. Okay. Like when you see Alone, when you watch Alone, and they're like, I got bear spray. Oh, yeah? You're going to get eaten.
I'm trying to remember where.
Piss it off.
I'm trying to remember where it was at. There is a forestry sign that says, if there, because they always tell them, you wear bells to scare the bears off and pepper sprays up. And he goes, if there's bells in the bear poop, it's a brown bear. If the bear's poop smells like pepper spray,
it's a grizzly. Yeah, that's that joke that how can you tell it's a grizzly? Well, it smells like pepper and it's got bells in it.
Yeah.
Ew.
But yeah, we've got black bears that are across the street here, we had a family, Bridget and the boys were going swimming at the river.
Hey, Joe.
So they jumped on the ATV, they took the trail and went across the river, or went across the road to the river, and they're going down the trail, and little 2 baby cubs go across.
Oh.
Instantly, Bridget hits it in reverse on the ATV. It starts backing out of there. It's like, no, it's not a day we're going to go swimming today. So, but we've seen a few, but not really an issue for us at all.
Wow, Rosework. I had no idea about the polar bear. That's crazy. But you don't see polar bears very often. You'd have to really be. You don't get polar bears where you are, do you?
Not where we are. They're further north, but if I remember correctly, I want to say there's two or three animals that actually hunt humans. One is a polar bear. 2 is a Komodo dragon. And 3, I want to say, is...
It's not like an African lion, is it?
No, it's... There's something else. But polar bears and Komodo dragons are 2 that will hunt humans. So if they catch your scent or catch a smell of blood or anything like that, they will track you and hunt you until they get you.
Wow. That's
versus,
so scary.
So like a grizzly bear or black bear or that, like whatever, they catch your scent. Usually they go the other way, right? A polar bear will hunt you down.
Just as an angry beaver. Yeah. Hey, Glenn, thanks for coming in. Yes, it's cold up here.
Yeah. But polar bears and Komodo dragons are 2 that will hunt humans.
Yeah.
There's other stuff like great whites and tiger sharks and that kind of stuff that, if you're in the area and you're splashing around.
It sounds like I have lions in the background right now. I'm sorry, guys. My dogs are playing.
Yeah, I don't know if mountain lion's another one. I think mountain lions are like sharks, where it's the opportunity versus a Komodo dragon or a polar bear, where it's like it will track you down and will hunt you.
Yeah.
Food.
Wow.
Yeah. And Komodo dragons, those things are brutal.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be anywhere near that island, near those things.
No.
No thanks.
No.
Getting eaten by a large lizard just does not sound.
No, exactly. And the fact that like they can bite you and now you're infected with some sort of bacteria and you're going to slowly die. And they're just going to keep following you until you're dead.
Yeah. Gigolo Valentino. Yeah, Valentino is still out there. He's one handsome rooster. Yeah, Rico and Suave have been coming to my back door. I don't know. I think they're just extra hungry. They might have known the snow was coming or something. They might have felt it and it was just like trying to get some extra weight or food or something. But yeah, so they were hanging out in the back.
Going after your back door, eh?
Yeah, they thought I was going to feed them, which I do. I'm such a sucker. I'm like, oh, you come to my back door? Oh, I feed you. But yeah. They track by scent, yes.
Yeah, they do. It's like they will follow a scent, same as a polar bear. It's like, you know.
Yeah, a mom and deer with a baby I wouldn't mess with, and I definitely wouldn't mess with a buck either unless I had like some kind of, gun or something on me.
You don't want to mess with Bambi during rut season.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh no, they didn't trick or treat. Although they did do this during trick or treat weekend, so maybe they were. Maybe they kind of heard. By the way, have you ever really looked at your turkeys before, or really looked at your chickens and think, man, these things are alien creatures? Like my turkeys look like
raptors from,
they're freaking weird, man. Like my turkeys, like they have those little, they have the ears that are like inside their head, and then they got like little fur around their ears.
They will take you out. It's like,
yeah, their feet are totally what nightmares are made of.
Yeah,
sure.
give us an opportunity, and we'll come at you and take you out.
But they're just weird looking, and it makes you wonder if that's where they got the idea from Pirates of the Caribbean. A Davy Jones locker, all the people, because like they're all wrinkly in different colors, and their schnood like hangs all the way down, and just they're freaking weird, man.
Don't touch my sand.
Huh?
Why is the rum gone?
I got a little left.
Speaking of rum, we've made some apple juice over the weekend. That was cool.
Nice.
I got about 4.5 mason jars of it.
Nice.
Turned out really good.
Nice.
Yeah, bucks can kill. Yeah. You know what? It wasn't until recently I realized that there's a difference between a female poop and a buck's poop. I had no idea. Did you know?
Does one smell like pepper and...
No, one's a buck. Their poop is in pellets, and a female deer is not.
What? No. They're all in pellets.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Some are bigger than others.
Huh?
Right, Gil?
And let me I'm going to Google this, just see what Google says about it.
They're all in pellets.
Are you sure?
Others, yes.
A white-tailed deer looks like this. That's a solid poop. And a buck looks like this.
Yeah, let me get...
A female will look like that too.
Oh,
okay.
Maybe.
Realtree.com, the Realtree camel guys.
Yeah.
It is nearly impossible to distinguish between buck and doe poop. The commonly held belief that the large tubular excrements belong to the bucks and the small pellets belong to the does. But according to Buckmasters, research shows that it's virtually impossible to distinguish between buck and doe poop.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I was taught wrong. I'll have to tell them.
I've been around a lot of deer out in the bush, and
here's something might help with you on that.
I've walked through a lot of deer poop, and trying to distinguish one from another.
Yeah. One of the things here says generally round individual droppings indicate that deer has been foraging on leaves, browse, and twigs. Pellets lumped together all in one, suggests the deer has been focusing on grass, weeds, and forbs.
Yeah, I've noticed that where they've gone from basically corn fed to pine fed to swamp fed. You'll notice a difference in the poop there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, trying to distinguish between the doe and the buck.
I thought there was an absolute difference.
No.
Thanks for participating in the poop talk, y'all. Can't get away from it.
Who doesn't like soft serve ice cream?
Blech. Blech. No thanks. It's funny though, because I thought for sure that it was different.
No.
There we go.
Tammy, no, I haven't seen a difference between doe and buck prints either.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get a heavy doe who's pregnant or a big doe versus like a spiked buck. Not much difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Holistic Heritage. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you.
I think it'd be the same as trying to distinguish bulls from cows. Like bull versus a cow tracks. No, it's going to be by weight and size, basically.
Yeah. And the same
Yes,
thing with horses.
you're right,
really
Roseworth. You
tell.
can learn a lot from poop. Have a good night, food forest.
Especially by the smell and if
Howie.
you taste it.
I'm not going to taste nothing.
Well, if it tastes like pepper, you better run.
At least we're making everybody laugh.
I hope we're making people laugh.
I was totally misinformed.
It happens.
Yep. Corky, the poop can be different. Forget what the internet says. They need to get out in the woods and observe more.
The poop can be different, but it's based on what they eat. I've spent tons of time in the woods, like tons.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way I could distinguish between a buck and a doe based on poop. It'd be the same as going out into my cow field and distinguishing between my bull and my cows. With
The only time I've noticed difference in cow poop is whether it's what they're eating.
What they're eating and their size.
I don't want moose poop earrings. Thank you.
What? Why not?
She said people varnish moose poop and make earrings.
Oh, back when I was a teenager, the big thing was they had these little acrylic boxes about like this big and had this little clump in there. It said elephant road apple.
You should have seen what my cousins and I did down on the farm when the cow poops dried out. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did that a lot.
Yeah.
And the mean thing was
we made forts in on either side of the cow field. And we would bombard each other with manure, dried manure.
We would cheat. Sometimes the top would be dry up and the bottom would still be wet.
Yep.
And we'd turn that over carefully and we'd fling that and we'd turn about halfway out there and all of a sudden start.
Exactly. It's like a peanut butter sandwich. You drop a loaf of bread or a piece of bread with peanut butter. It always lands face down. So when you fling that turd and you got that soggy part on the bottom.
Just hope that turd doesn't become a boomerang.
ACR.
CR's like, I was getting hungry and now I'm not.
See, there's 2 ways here on Wide Family Farm. We either talk about food and we make CR so hungry, or we don't talk about food. We talk about something completely disgusting and it completely turns his stomach. So and there's always some kind of surprise.
And the bad part is when CR comes in and he's eating, thinking we're going to be talking about food, and we turn it on, he's like, ah.
That's funny. And you are out of rum.
I am. But it's actually whiskey.
Oh.
Well.
I thought about you immediately, like up the street from me.
Corn whiskey.
Up the street from me, they turned this old church into a meadery.
A meadery?
Yes, it's going to be a place where you can go and try mead.
Meat and eat meat.
Mead.
Meat and eat meat and drink mead?
There's no meat. It's just mead.
Mead with the D or meat with the T?
Mead. Drinking.
Okay.
A meadery.
That sounds like
I was thinking at first the meat with a T might be a pretty good business idea too. Venison, elk, all the stuff.
I was in as soon as she started talking about this place.
I'm kind of excited. They turned this old church into like a distillery, and it's going to be all mead. And what's funny is this church has been there. Been there forever. It's probably at least 100 years old. And then it comes with its own cemetery.
Who doesn't like turning a Christian church into a Viking meadery?
Yeah, I just think it's really cool. And they totally have it decked out. Like it's going to look cool, and it's pretty neat. Hey, Bushcraft, thanks for coming in.
However, we probably have a whole bunch of Christians following us, because that's how it just happens in the homestead community. I'm like,
hey, you're probably going to have a whole bunch of Christians there are a whole bunch that like to drink.
I like mead.
And
when I put up our heathen wedding video, we lost a bunch of subscribers.
Are you serious? People are that petty.
Yes. And the funny thing is like, most of the time, if I unsubscribe from a channel, it's not due to a video. It's just because I've lost interest, or they haven't been posting videos or something. It's not due to a specific video. But this was like, we lost a bunch of subscribers due to a specific video. It's like, yeah, we're heathen.
That's really hurtful, because not only is it hurtful, it was your wedding. That's like, people are such a-holes.
I was just like, all right, whatever. Okay. No worries. Like, to me, it was like, if you're going to follow us, you better realize I'm heathen and I kill my Highland cows.
Yeah. And people will unsub you over the slightest something or another. So, yeah.
And sometimes what will happen is if a couple of them unsubscribe,
hey,
YouTube will go, we need to unsubscribe a whole bunch more.
What? You both were talking. Seriously,
sorry.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so sometimes YouTube will see people start unsubscribing during a video, and YouTube's AI will go, oh, we better unsubscribe a whole bunch more.
Maybe that's what it was. But I was just like, really? To that video?
Yeah, that's just mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just an eclectical person. Like I'll watch anything if it strikes my interest, but I just have a wide interest in anything. Like I'll watch a Buddhist wedding just because I'm interested, or it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to unsubscribe from someone and be petty.
It's funny because I've got a buddy who I was in the reserves with, who's Buddhist. So he took me down to a Buddhist temple in Toronto, which was so cool. And then I've got another buddy who's into shooting sports, who's a Sikh. And I've discussed numerous times with him about the way he believes in his gods and my gods. And it's like, and I've had other discussions with people about their religion. It's really neat to talk to different people when you can discuss it on a level,
a mature basis.
Yeah.
I think Sikhs are so cool, by the way. Like, there's just something about them that is just like so badass. Like,
to me, most of them are like, yeah, let's go. Let's get it on. Let's.
It's just really cool. Yeah.
We'll defend what we believe in, no problem whatsoever. However, if we're not going at it or we're not trying to do that, we're going to make this world such a better place. So to me, anyone who I've met who is a Sikh is, they are trying to make the world a better place. Which is cool.
I just think they're super cool. And it's funny. There is a Sikh. Well, I haven't been to the church in a while because of germs. That's another story. Before COVID and all that happened, I had a baby, and I was already a freak about germs in my baby anyway. So I had been, and then COVID hit, and then I still didn't go to church because I was afraid of germs. But anyway, this church that I had went to, it's a spiritualist church, and one of the pastors was a Sikh.
Throw your kid in the pig pen or out in the field with the cows, and they just start chomping on manure. They're good for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
I know. When I had him, I was so worried that he was going to get sick. You know what I mean? I think all new mothers are like that. They like freak out. But yeah, anyway, I'm not like that now. But it kept me from going because, anyway, I didn't want somebody touching me or shaking my hand or something. I know.
I want everybody touching me.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's my first baby, and I was a little, and I was a little over the top. I think a lot of it was my hormones because I was even going to make signs in the baby's room. Please use hand sanitizer before touching my son. Like, I don't know. I was just a weirdo, but I'm over that now. I'm okay. Like, my son goes out there and plays in the dirt and everything now, and it's okay. But when I first had him, man, I was a weirdo. I was a real weirdo.
I mean, as kids, I remember it's like, daring each other first time, I think when we were like 5 maybe or so, I dare you to eat some of that dirt. I dare you to eat some of that dirt.
No, not me. No.
What? No? That was easy. That was like, come on.
Yeah, gravel actually tasted good.
Yeah.
The minerals, oh man, that was good stuff.
And like I said, when I was with my cousins on their dairy farm and we were having manure fights, and that cow turd came in and hit the front of the fort and just exploded on us. That was like going in your eyes, up your nose, in your mouth. It was like, man, guess what? Here comes one back at you.
Yeah, no thanks. I have weird ways. A lot of people don't know this because they only see me on YouTube. But I do have really weird ways. Like, I won't drink out of my glass again.
What?
Yeah, I have just, little weird, quirky things about myself. I don't know.
Wow.
Okay. That's weird. Now I'm really judging you, Cork.
If the glass is empty and it's been sitting there for a minute, I won't reuse it.
So what happened? So
I'm just the opposite. I got a water glass. I turn upside down next to the water thing. Do it.
What?
You need to when it gets to a 1/4 inch, you need to refill it quick before it gets empty.
Before it sits there. Yes, I know, you guys. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah. I'll reuse the same glass for weeks on end for water.
Wait.
I just turn upside down on a paper towel so the bugs and flies can't get into it. And
as
Thanks,
long as there's no, as long as there's no dog hair in it, that glass is good forever.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just have really weird quirks about me, and you wouldn't know unless you're living with me. But for the most part, you know. But who doesn't?
Yeah, I knew that Skinner had poop fights too.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing too, is I think most people might be like this, but I won't eat at potlucks. I have a weird thing about potlucks.
That's the best place to get your immune system on track.
Because I don't trust people and their procedures at home and what they do. Like they could be, I don't know, wipe their cat's ass and then go and stick their fingers in your
That's perfect for
barbecue covered hot dogs. I don't know. But I just don't know. I won't eat at potlucks either.
Wow. Like, bring on the potlucks. That like, if I've got some sort of bacteria thing in the future that I have to deal with, I'm going to eat a potluck now, and that'll make sure I'm good to go for that crisis in the future. Yeah.
Hey, Gear. Oh, dude, restaurants? No, I won't. I don't like buffets. You won't catch me at a buffet. You won't catch me at a Chinese buffet.
The only reason I don't like buffets is because I can't eat enough to justify the cost.
Yes, Hendo, I will walk around graveyards after midnight. Yes. I told you I'm a weirdo. Yeah, I've never been camping, Kaylin.
What?
I've never been camping. Ever. I've lived in the country. Okay, this is my dad's perspective on this. I've lived in the country all my life. Why do you need to go camping? That was my dad's perspective. He's like, we have this huge backyard and all these trees. Why do you want to go camping? So I just never went.
We grew up in a subdivision with 500 people. We were camping all the time anyway.
I've never slept in a tent. I think one time when I was drunk.
Went camping on my buddy's pig farm. That was a bad story because
no, Skinner, I would eat it. It's not a potluck if you cooked it in front of me. So no, I would eat it.
What?
He said, so if I come to a meetup and cook for you, you're not going to eat it. No, I would eat it because you're going to cook for me. That's different. I know, you guys, I'm weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go winter camping. Always. But I don't have any camping gear. So I would have to get some camping gear first, but yeah.
Well, it depends how wintry it is. If it's cold enough and snowy enough, you build a snow fort, build a bench, just lay some blankets out in there, plenty of blankets so your body heat doesn't melt it, and camp in there.
Yeah. I know. Darren, you're looking at me like I'm a foreign.
I feel like
foreign language.
What's that actor? The I'm trying to remember that actor's name that has the wonky eye. I feel like I like
the wonky eye, huh?
Yeah, he was in Full Metal Jacket, and
that's a different one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I was thinking of somebody else too.
I was thinking about Marty Feldman with his big eyes from Frankenstein.
Yeah, I was thinking of Forrest Whitaker. Yes.
Forrest Whitaker. Yes.
Is that it?
Yes. So I got the Forrest Whitaker wonky eye listening to But yeah, Marty Feldman was awesome. He was such a great actor. what was that movie with Young Frankenstein? Oh man, you got a brain?
Yeah. See, I'm weird.
What's the name of the brain? Abby Normal.
Yeah, that grosses me out for sure.
Yeah.
Tibor, no thanks.
Yeah.
You just don't know what people have going on in their house. I trust certain people. On a serious note, you don't know, like, especially if it's a work potluck, you don't know what somebody did to the food. Like, no. Mm-mm.
What's the worst that can happen?
No thanks.
Like, I spent more time on the toilet after some spicy hot wings than some bad food.
Oh.
Yeah, Hendo, we are. That's what goes on in my mind, though. Is my mind is like that too. Welcome.
Well,
yeah.
Was there a topic tonight besides the first night?
I didn't have a topic. I did the couple weeks ago, but I didn't tonight. I was busy and that sounds like fun, Skinner. We might take you up on that some night. Yeah, see? That's what Gil looks like is what is going on in my brain.
I'm waiting for him to say Abby someone. Abby Normal.
If you're Frankenstein, then I'm Igor.
Two nasty looking switches over here, but I'm not going to be the first. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a couple throw pillows. That'd be all nice.
I'm sorry. The one came to my mind. He didn't say. Gene Wilder did when he was picking what's her name off the thing, and he turned around and looked at the big huge door knocker. He goes, "Wow, what knockers!" And she goes, "Why, thank you."
Yeah, our meetups are so much fun. If anybody wants to come to a meetup that we do, you're welcome. And we always have so much fun, and a lot of drinkage happens, but it's all in good fun. We have a good time. We try not to run out of rum.
Oh,
whiskey. I need to go get some more.
I like that, Hendo. I like that one. Well, Hendo, you should have seen me last night of my life. I had the whole Halloween stuff on with those eyeballs in, doing the Mr. Hyde.
I'm letting it go tonight, Skinner, because it's supposed to be 60 degrees tomorrow. So I'm not gonna start a fire tonight. I got heat. I got an electric heater. It's all fancy upstairs where we sleep, so I can survive it. I had one at one point in time, had it like 54 degrees in the house. You could see my freaking breath.
Done that. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
we just started ours yesterday.
What's the plan, Cork? Are you staying on for a bit, or should I?
Well, I was gonna actually end it because we've been on for 2 hours. So,
all right,
if that's okay, unless you want to continue.
Okay. No, that's quite all right. That is a good thing for me.
You don't want to hear about my OCD and my phobias.
I could tell you about my OCD. It's like
my weird little quirks.
I've got OCD too, and it drives me freaking bonkers. But yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
2 a.m. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. Kaylin, thank you so much for sending me all those seeds. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't get them sooner. And I'm sorry awesome. I didn't get them out to you or get the thank you out because I really didn't get these until a couple days ago. So I feel like a jerk because you sent them in September. So thank you so much. If anybody else sends me anything, just give me a heads up so I'll just know to go, because I don't really know. I would literally have to check my PO box all the time. And so, but thank you guys for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you all my panelists for coming up and just shooting the shit. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else going on. I am going to be on with Dr. Paula Ruffin and Gil on Saturday. I love Dr. Paula. I think she's going to come and spend the night at my house because she only lives like 3 hours away.
And it's going to be on both channels, but at the primary channel, it's going to be Gray Man Prepping. But I'm going to simulcast it both channels, and it's starting 2 hours earlier than normal. We're starting at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yep.
And she has a bunch of questions. If anybody has any questions for them, go ahead and email me, and I'll forward the questions to her, and that way she can get ready for them. And
but she's spending the night with you, Cork.
I think she's going to come down and I have a. Okay, you perv. No, I have a bedroom, an extra bedroom. So I think she's going to come and hang out and, shoot the shit and have a good time some night. Yeah, it'll be fun. She's a really cool chick. Yeah. So, yeah, Saturday we're going to be on with her. And what else we got going on, Gil?
Regular Friday night on the homestead. But Dr. Paul is starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, doing lives on Thursdays. Her and her friend. I'm not sure if it's she has a couple of chiropractor friends. I think it's the female one. She's going to have on with her on Thursdays at 1 o'clock Eastern.
Nice.
Yeah. And I got more. I just posted a video from out in the shop showing my indoor garden in the shop. And I got to do another one tomorrow for the what I've done on the electrical out there. But I moved the wood pile today. I was piled up next to the trees out there where I trimmed them down and stuff. And I loaded up the front bucket of the tractor, dumped it, came back, started loading the next load out of there. All of a sudden, it's like pack rats. Only they were mice. They were the little mice with a big long tail pushing on everywhere. It's like, okay, they're freezing tonight. Yeah. I just took out their home.
What about you, Thor? You got anything major going on in your channel?
I moved some wood today too, but that's kind of personal stuff. So, no, I'm.
Alrighty then.
I'm busy for the next 2 weeks with work. This last week, like anyone who's been looking, we butchered our 2 pigs, and then Saturday we butchered our cow. So in 2 weeks we harvested our cow. So in 2 weeks now, because he's down in the cold room, we're gonna have to butcher him. So I might do a live on that, or I might do a video on that, but not sure. But videos might be few and far between for the next couple months since I'm going to be so busy at work. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on. And I know you're a busy person, but
I had to get up because I haven't seen you in a while. And
I know.
I've been missing you. So,
yeah. Oh, you're so nice. Yeah, I missed you too.
I know, eh? Yeah.
Yep. So thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thank everybody for coming in. And we'll see you all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.